Hello mate, how are you doing? Hello mate, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. You're cooking with the captain. That's right. We're going to cook something today. And though it will not involve putting rum in it, it will involve putting rum in me. And I'm pretty much okay with that. We're going to make a seafood Cancun, which is really just a fancy way of saying a seafood enchilada in a white wine sauce. Both the wine and the cheese are white. So I guess that explains that much. But let's go over that way. Well, as you may or may not already have seen, there's a bunch of stuff laid out. I've been told that the monkey has gone about and measured everything out so we'll see. But between you and me, I don't really trust the damn monkey. So, first thing, he needs a pan. Like that. You can be a bit bigger if you like though, mate. You can never go too big on it. Then it needs to get your measurement of butter out. That would be this. Butter. 6 tablespoons of it, mate. Of course, if you want to try something else, go for it. It's just cooking. So, there you go. And a spoon. I like wooden spoons, mate. I don't know why. Just like. You put this burner on medium heat, sadly. So, if your stove doesn't have a medium heat, you want to shoot ideally for somewhere in the middle of that dial. This is largely as a test of your patience, because it takes a bit for the butter to start to melt. So I suggest having a drink. We're going to see if this is just a 1 bottle of rum meal, or if I'm going to need 2 to make it. We'll find out. Well, I guess now would be a good time to tell you what else you need. You need half a teaspoon of white pepper. So don't be confused, it's more of a tan colour than white. Well, that's it right there. You get a shot, mate. There you go. White pepper. Can you use different coloured pepper? Sure, why not? Depends on what you like, mate. This will keep it white in colour though. And it does have a different taste than your other peppers, so keep that in mind. You also need half a cup of flour. I don't care, any kind of flour you like, mate. Right there, see it? This flour. Or as I like to call it, the other white powder. You need lobster base. But I don't have any of that. Don't worry, mate, I will teach you a method in which to extract the same base from shrimp, which is part of this dish as well. So you're going to need 4 ounces of baby shrimp. Note that I count the shrimp myself. I just throw in enough to whatever I like. Make it look good. There you go, mate. You need 8 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. That's the white cheese. And you have to shred it. On air, right? I think they just make it in bags of it, but no, you've got to shred it too. Don't mind that, that was just the dog barking at the monkey. You're only going to need about 8 ounces of this cheese, But much like rum, you can never have too much. So if you go with that, you're gonna need tortillas. You gotta put it in something, haven't you, mate? Tortillas. So you're doing that. This is still melting. Slow as hell, mate. There's no doubting that. It's butter. It's melting on its own. You're going to need 3.5 cups of milk. You can use any kind of milk you like, mate. Though I've never tried soy milk or coconut milk in this dish, but I don't see why I couldn't use any of those. Because you need something that's going to be the base of the sauce anyways. And it's white, so it works out nicely. We go with the pepper, the flour, the butter, the cheese. Oh. I almost forgot. Imitation crabmeat. Though I suppose you could actually shell out the coin for the real crabmeat. I like the taste of this stuff myself, so you only need about 8 ounces. You can go more if you like though, mate. Don't let me influence you. For garnishing it, paprika, I don't. It's just a knockoff, a name brand. But it is the happiest spice in the world, so you have that. And you can also garnish it with black olives. Though I don't have any myself today, I have done it. It's all up to you. It tastes just fine without it. And now finally, the butter's melted. Melted, see? Steamy, hot, melted. So then to that you add your flour. This. You just stir it about, right? There's a lot of stirring in this dish, isn't it? Just stir it about. You're going to stir it constantly for about 5 minutes. And you want to stop when it smells like nuts. A nutty aroma. Well, I don't know what kind of nuts, mate. I suppose whichever kind you like. But I've never seen it smell like cashews. Or pistachios. Alright, so it's not constantly stirring it, but you get it close enough, you gotta keep an eye on the bloody thing. Basically, you're sort of making a bit of a roux, I think. Taking off the heat for a bit. And now about the lobster base that you're not going to need because I've got a workaround for it. Cook the shrimps a little bit. They're already cooked, you don't need to actually cook them again. But you do need the juice from them. You need 2 tablespoons of that. That's all you need for that, mate. Easy, right? You put this back on the heat, stir it up again. You want to add in your pepper, mate. This stuff here. All of it at once. Stir it up again. Tell it a lot of stirring. You add your milk and cheese, and not cheese yet. You add your milk and wine. first. And then the wine. Could you use rum? I don't know. I don't see why you couldn't. It probably wouldn't taste the same though. And why do you not want to drink the rum instead of put it in something? Speaking of, I would rather much put the rum in me than in that. I'm just saying. And again, more stirring. If I would teach a damn monkey to stir, I would have him up here doing it. And now we add a bit of cheese to it. This part is largely up to you. You can add as little or as much as you want. The more you put in, the thicker it gets quicker, so keep that in mind. You want at least 2 ounces though. But like rum, you can never have too much. So we'll start with that and see what happens. Because you also need to save some of that cheese for later on. And you just keep stirring this until it gets thicker. So if I'm looking at everything right, so far you've spent about 15 to 18 minutes doing this. More time if you've had to measure and weigh everything out. Now that I have, that's why I have a monkey. But rather, that's why Barbosa has a monkey. I just bribe him over. I suppose at this point you could actually turn the heat up. But I don't like to because I don't want to burn the bloody thing. Then you've just wasted all this time you've thrown into it, right? So, if you got rum, drink it. Or, if you've got buckles to swash, go ahead and do that. But you ought to come back every now and again and stir it up. And I have a list in the description box below. No, I see a bloody description box right now, mate. But I will put in the description below with the exact measurements and all that. You're also supposed to put a cup of wine in here. I went a little bit less. I like the rum better than wine, so about half as much. So keep that in mind too. I suppose you could also use cooking sherry if you don't want to spin for the good stuff. But I do believe, like I've heard others say, if it's good enough to drink, it's good enough to cook with. So So as I said, you do a lot of stirring until it thickens up. I did pop up the oven a bit, turn up the burner just a smidge. This is what you want though. It gets a little bubbly. You need to keep stirring it until it gets more bubbly. And in that time when it sounds bubbling and getting more bubbling and whatnot, you want to take and find a big pan, the biggest bowl you can get. Put the baby shrimps in, and then put the chopped up, flaked up crab meat, imitation crab meat, or the real stuff depending on what you like, mate. Throw it in there too. I know you feel a bit cheated you didn't see put it in, but there's not much to it. In fact, a reenactment, if you will. We'll just pretend that the crab meat was in here. This is what it looked like. So you miss a whole bloody lot. Keep stirring that. You can hear it getting bubbly and brewing like a witch's potion, which I know I've seen a few in my day. That's what you're looking for though, mate. Get it ready. and notice it's a white sauce. I know, right? Crazy, white sauce. It's got cheese in it. And wine. So, it's completely what it says it is. And how long do you keep stirring? I don't know, until you're tired of stirring it, mate. Personally, I let it keep going here. It's nice and bubbly. Very bubbly. Like, bubbly is here. I'll wait until it gets about here. And then I stop. Can you smell that then, mate? Can you smell it? It smells good, doesn't it? Alright, well that's bubbly enough, I think. I'm going to take it off the burner and let it cool down a bit. Oh, cooling racks. So the basic idea is you want to let that get cool enough. I suppose some people would want it to be cold. I've never really waited that long for it. Just let it cool down a bit and then get started on the next step. Which, the next step is the tortillas. You can make those if you so inclined. And perhaps if you all want to see it badly enough, I will do a video on making tortillas. But you've got to want it bad enough, mate. Unless you want it badly enough, I'm not going to fuck with it. So you just open up the tortillas. Oh, it has a zipper bag thing. Oh, bloody hell, forget about it. Open up the tortillas. Any way you like. Oh, plate. Couple of plates to help build these on. And a pan in which to put them on. Or in, more precisely. Because you're going to need that. You see the steam rising off it, mate? Can you see the steam rising off it, mate? It means it's so bloody hot. But it tastes right, so we're good. Alright, at this point I'm just going to go for it. Some more cheese. A bit more cheese. But you don't have to. And about half of this goes into it. Yes, that is bloody hot, mate. Stir those up. See, just stir it about. So now, first of all, you want to put your oven on 425. Now we can start making the bloody things. A tortilla. You take a spoon of it. Right in there. Take another spoon, mate. There you go. Bit of cheese. The technique for this is fold the sides inward like that, and a bit of a like a tricorn hat, and then roll over, pull it all back, fold these in, and roll it up again. That's it, you're done, good to go. I'll let you see another one, mate. Another tortilla, right there. Just prove there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can put the cheese on first. Not like I care. So now that you've got that under control, you put them in the pan. Like this. Lay them out. I'll get back when I finish them. Right, so now that I've got them all done, so you need to get ready to put them in the oven. Before you do that though, if you have any of this left, put it on top. Like a little garnish type of thing. Then remember, we only used half of that sauce for all of this. The other half I'm going to pour on top of all of them. Then top it off with the cheese. Largely up to you how much you want to use. And then you want to take that, pop it in the oven, 12 to 14 minutes. The key point here is you're not trying to cook it again, it's already been cooked. You're just trying to melt the cheese. If you can't do cheese for some reason, I suppose you could leave it off. Or get the dairy-free substitute. You have to experiment to see which ones actually melt. In the meantime, you can go back cleaning up now. Right, so now they're done, mate. Pull them out of the oven. At this point, you want to be careful not to burn your digits. Otherwise, we won't be able to eat anything. That's what it's going to look like, mate. It's up to you. You can always use a bit more shrimp or a bit more crab meat to garnish the tops or whatnot. I don't see it's necessary, so to hell with it. But there you go. Now to plate them. Now this is the point that you put the olives on it and the paprika. Well, we got the paprika though, so that's what we're going to use. It's largely to taste, and actually you don't need it. There you go though, mate. So there you go, mate. That's what it looks like. There you go. And if you were here, you could go ahead and start eating, but you're not. So, sorry, mate. Happy. Oh, I should make a note. It was almost a full bottle of rum. Almost. Actually, it was a full bottle of rum meal. So keep that in mind when you're deciding to make this.